the city. My mama, she said, don't come back home. These kids round killing each other. They lost their minds, they quit in school making babies and can barely reach them. Going off to their war. Lord have mercy on them. 1, 2, 3, 4 cousins just round here selling gold. While their daddy, your uncle, is walking around strung out. Babies with babies and their tears keep burning while their dreams go down the drain now. All their dreams go down the drain now.
Reading like a lot of the, like Concrete Loop is one of my favorite blogs, for example, and I read like the comments about, you know, different things on there. Whenever there's a post about you, I notice that people, I don't want to say you're a polarizing figure at all, because you're not, and your music is so universal, and it comes from such a place of pure expression. But I don't know, I think that there are a lot of people who maybe don't get it. You know, and it's like, well, I guess in a way you kind of feel sorry for people like that, because they either are going to get it in the future and be like, why didn't I get it then, or maybe they never will, and it's their loss.
Sure. You know, well, I'm always, I never, you know, marginalize, you know, my community, especially the Black community.
Right, right.
Oh, you know, they're not going to get this, or, oh, you know, this may be too far out. You know, I don't do that. I think people, I think we're not all monolithic, and you know, we don't all think alike, and I think that, you know, my community, as well as, I just think my community is a lot smarter than sometimes, you know, we even know that we are.
Right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna hear something. Sorry. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Anyway, I think that the audience is very smart, and you know, and I think that it'll just take time. You know, it's all about how, you know, it was delivered to them as well.
Right.
So, you know, it doesn't offend me. You know, I'm an artist, and my chief goal is to help, is to produce art.
Right.
Be discussed, and it's good, and because there's certain people out there who can say, hey, well, you know, this is what Janelle Monae, what I think Janelle Monae was thinking about when she was speaking about this. And I love to hear people debate over what the songs mean, and, you know, what it really means to be an alien from outer space.
Yeah.
What it parallels to their lives. And just, you know, I like hearing that stuff, so I think that's all good talk.
Right. Oh, you mean you like hearing the fact that people sometimes don't get it?
Yeah, I do. I think that's important, you know. I think as an artist, you don't want everybody to just, to me, if I'm doing art where everybody can just, oh, we get it.
Right.
And move on. You know.
You're not pushing an envelope if you're doing something like that.
I'm not doing, it's something that I'm doing that is not innovative. When things get, you know, and not to say that I'm calling what I'm doing innovative, but I'm not trying to be a boring artist.
Right.
I have to do things that at least, you know, keep my attention.
Right.
But I want to make things that are to be argued about and to be debated, and you know, and I think that people are smart, and I think that they'll get it. There are more people that get it than don't.
I sure hope so. And I think a lot of your fans are concerned a little bit just about the record label situation that you've signed to something a little bit more mainstream, Bad Boy. How do you feel about the union? What do you want to say to people who have doubts or questions about that relationship?
Well, I mean, I really appreciate, you know, their support and them wanting to make sure that what they, you know, probably have fallen in love with doesn't become, you know, cannibalized, or, you know, it doesn't, you know, get diluted. And that means a lot to me. However, you know, as an artist, it's up to me to share my art. And I don't believe in categories, and I don't believe in labels. And, you know, when people, you know, every day what's considered independent is changing, and what's considered mainstream is changing.
Right.
And, you know, just like people put names on the good hair, bad hair, there are people that named independent and mainstream and R&B and soul, and these people put these categories together to make themselves seem smart, and it's not law, you know. I don't categorize what it is that I do. I simply produce art and I let everybody else categorize it. Something that I learned from Andy Warhol.
Right.
So with this new partnership, first it's a partnership. I'm not directly signed to any label.
Right.
I'm not directly signed to Bad Boy. And I have my own recording label, the Wonderland Art Society. I have a very strong team who loves and cares about me.
Right.
And I make pretty much all my creative decisions. What Sean Combs had fallen in love with was our vision. And he had fallen in love, and he's excited about, creatively where we're taking this project and what we see. And that was the deal. And he stayed true, to his end of the deal. And Big Boy is involved. He's co-executive producing things as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so, it's just great to have his endorsement. I think he's a smart guy. He gets it. He respects me as a young woman and as a businesswoman.
Right.
And, I let him know my core values, the things that I stand for, the things that I don't stand for, what's most important to me, what I'm not willing to compromise. I let him know that I love my pompadour. I love black and white.
Yes.
And, I just let him know all these things. I didn't have to do a lot of convincing because he came to me, during the time of, when I released Metropolis, We Want for the Chase. And I'm still the same, artist. I've grown a lot. But visually, I haven't really changed much.
Right. I mean, you clearly have a vision, and I think you're so different from a lot of artists that perhaps have come to Bad Boy, and in the sense that you said, first of all, you have your own thing going on. You've got your own label. You're in charge of your own destiny in that regard, and you're not maybe an artist who's looking to be created.
Sure, exactly. I think it's important that artists have their vision before they come.
Right.
And not depend on someone else to mold and shape you.
Or maybe that's the difference between an artist and a singer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're right, and I think this is a very unique partnership. I also wanted to really inspire other artists who are considered independent and are coming from the ground up.
Right. I
want them to know that there is hope. People don't want to sit around and be considered underground artists all the time. Like, that's not cool. People want to share their art and their music. And I'm really trying to do something revolutionary with helping bridge that gap. My goal is to help bring people together, not divide. I think that there's been a lot of divisive, ways that people are trying to do to continue to divide us. And music should not divide us. It should bring us together.
It really should.